Hey guys, it's me. I'm back with some more updates. It's currently December 30th, so we're a day away from New Year's Eve. Um, I'm back home now. I'm no longer at my family's house, my son's house. So man, where do I start? So I came home Saturday, which was Christmas Day. Prior to that, which was the day before Christmas Eve, I started to get a little bit of a sore throat. So I'm like, okay. And I thought, was it Christmas Eve? No, I take that back. It was Christmas Day. It was Christmas Day. My grandson, he's asthmatic as well. I think I mentioned in my videos before that I'm asthmatic. So the 2-year-old, I have 3 grandbabies. The 2-year-old went to his other grandparents' house and he got sick. I guess his asthma is triggered by him being in a draft and stuff. So he came home. He wasn't feeling too good or whatever. And so Christmas morning, his dad took him to the ER. They gave him steroids or whatever, and they checked him over, gave him a COVID test and everything, so he didn't have COVID. But they were like, okay, maybe it's a cold. So, to make a long story short, I guess I probably contracted, the cold or whatever from him, and I've been sick ever since. So, Sunday I was at the ER, for congestedness. All they did was give me some steroid pills. So if you're asthmatic, you pretty much know the drill. The stuff they give you. They give you the prednisone or that methylprednisone or whatever the frick it's called. I don't know. They give you that, or they give you the steroid shot and a treatment depending on. But in order for them, before they get where I'm at, before they give you a breathing treatment, they have to test you for COVID first. Okay, so that's not either here or there, but I didn't get a breathing treatment on Sunday. They didn't give me the steroid shot. They put me and a few other people in like this little room. This shit was weird. I've been to this hospital many times for flare-ups or whatever. So this is the first time. I don't know if they would just take a precaution because of why we were there or whatever. So, myself and, like I said, some other people, they put us in this little room or whatever shit. So basically that's where the doctor seen everybody in this little room where they stored everybody. Okay, so I sat back there. I was so tired. I sat back. I don't even know how long I was there. It's probably a couple hours anyway. So I was falling asleep. Then finally a nurse comes in and calls her name, and then I come out. And so we're like, okay, well, what are we doing now? Oh, you're being discharged. Okay. So basically they just sent me home with some steroid pills and antibiotics. So my ex says, it's okay to take the two together. They said, yeah, sure. I'm a skeptic when it comes to pills. I like taking pills or whatever shit. But, you know, if I have to, I have to. So, I wasn't able to get my medicine really. I had 2 prescriptions, so I got one that night, and then I didn't get the antibiotics until the next day. So, with the steroid pills, you have to take it with food, or otherwise it'll upset your stomach. So, being that I wasn't really hungry at the time, and I wasn't going to force myself to eat, so I just waited until the next day. So I took the steroid pill, and the first dosage of it, you take about 6 pills. Okay, so you take about 6 pills, and so I did. I took the 6 pills, and then I waited a couple hours before I actually took the antibiotics. That shit, all it did was upset my stomach. So I was just like, I'm over the antibiotics. Okay. I already got a lot of shit going on here in my stomach with the tubes and stuff. I still have the tubes. I don't see the doctor for this crap until next month, which is towards the end of next month. So I still got a ways to go, you know, with these drainages and everything. So I really don't like to anything that's going to be aggravating to my stomach area, because like I said, I have a tube in my stomach and I have one in my back. So I was just like, okay, I'm just going to maybe just try to finish up the steroid pills, and then maybe take the antibiotics after I'm done. Days are going by or whatever. I'm not getting any better. In fact, I'm getting worse. Okay, so I'm using my nebulizer more. I already have like 2 prescribed inhalers or whatever that I take together on a daily basis. So I'm doing that. I'm doing my nebulizer a little more frequently than I should. So I'm like, okay, I made an appointment to see the doctor. My appointment was actually today, but I canceled it because I decided yesterday that I'll just go to urgent care because I didn't want to wait any longer and stuff. So I go over there. They gave me the steroid shot. They tell me to continue with the pills and stuff because I haven't finished it up yet. And they gave me a refill of the solution for my nebulizer because I was getting low, very low. I think I had like maybe 3 or 4 vials left. Then they gave me another one to kind of put with it so it's make it a little stronger. But I'm still wheezy. Basically, I have a lot of mucus buildup. You can hear it in my chest. My nasal passage, it's clogged. You know, they tested me for COVID, but my test was negative. Like I said, for Sunday, they tested me. I don't go anywhere unless it's to go to see the doctor and stuff like that. Or if I do go somewhere, I'm usually in a car because I can walk around and stuff, but I can only walk around for so long. Now I have a wheelchair and a walker or whatever. I don't feel like I need the walker. You know, I think I'm stable enough to maneuver around without having to need the assistance of a walker, but I do need my wheelchair when I go out, because when I walk around too much, my back, and that's even like here in the house, like I've been trying to be a little more active around, you know, because I do have to return to work, so I have to start building up my strength in order to be fully functionable at work. So, and it's been a challenge, and I know it's, you know, um, it hasn't been that long since my surgery, and maybe I'm just rushing things along, but I do feel like, um, you know, the hourglass is on me. You know, I'm supposed to return back to work on the 19th. The doctor said they're going to extend the time because I still have to have more surgeries, as I mentioned before. I'm sure you guys don't want me to keep repeating myself, but um, you know, so the goal, like I said before, the ultimate goal for me is, once I have the surgery, that both of the drainage tubes are going to be taken out and not just one, and then I have to wait and then go back maybe a month or two later in order to take the other one out and close it up and all of that stuff. So I'm hoping that it's going to be a one-shot deal, and that, you know, I can start the healing process with that or whatever. And I'm hoping that it's not going to be debilitating, you know, because then that's going to be more time off from work, and I honestly cannot afford it, you know. But yeah, so they did take the catheter out. I think I told you guys that in my last video. They did take the catheter out, but now I'm dealing with leakage. So that really fucking sucks. That really fucking sucks. So I'm like, Jesus Christ, I cannot catch a break. I cannot catch a break. I just cannot. Like, first the surgery, I'm thinking, okay, I'm just gonna get this done and I can start the healing process and I'll go back to work and then I'll be good. No, we have all these complications and whatever, and it's like, oh, this is, it seems like I just keep running into one brick wall after another. But I don't know, I just don't know. Now I'm sick, you know, and I don't feel like this is like some little common cold, because the mucus is like really disgusting. Like, seriously, and then this cough that I have is absolutely ridiculous. So the nurse came to see me yesterday, and I've been kind of blowing them off ever since I got out of the hospital, because the hospital assigned me what do you call that, in-home support or whatever. So a nurse is supposed to come see me once a week, I guess, to, you know, check on me, check on the drainages and stuff like that, and make sure, you know, there's no infection and things like that, and, you know, and how I'm progressing. So they were finally able to come out and see me. What has it been? I've been out of the hospital for 3 weeks. So yeah, and it was like a phone tag, back and forth thing. I was getting very frustrated with them, and I was just like at the point where I was like, you know what, fuck this shit. I don't need a nurse. I'm capable. I can move around. I'm not completely bedridden and stuff. And so, and I change my own bandages, or my ex helps me, or whatever shit. So it's just like, what the freaking hell do I need a nurse to come out and see me for? You know, like, I don't need a nurse, you know. I could be stubborn like that. But anyway, so she finally came out and whatever, see me. So she's like, okay, well, I'm gonna have someone to come see you twice a week. Twice a week, all right. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna just go with it, whatever. This is a little too high for me. And never mind this stuff in the background. I'm in my room. I've been busy today. And I still have my suitcase here. I have a whole lot of shit going on right there. Like I said, it's been very challenging for me to do things, because my back, once my back started, like, I can maybe do something for like a good 30 minutes, maybe 40. minutes, and then my back just aches. So like right now my back is aching, so I was able to like clean up my dresser area and stuff like that. I work a lot, so things have gotten just a little kind of out of hand and stuff. Like usually I get up and I have to be at work at like 3 a.m. and stuff, and I don't get off till like 1:30. So like after I get off of work, I'm exhausted. So when I come home, I don't want to do nothing but take a shower, and that's if I'm not too tired to do that. You know, because there's some days where I'm just so exhausted that I have to force myself the energy to fucking shower and shit. Like, I swear. So, with that being said, things get a little out of control in the house. So this stuff is just like everywhere, you know. But I mean, you come home, you work, you come home, you sleep, and the routine starts all over again, all week long, you know, up until your off days, your 2 days off. And like for me, I didn't sign up to work 6 days and shit, so that'd even be worse. But yeah, so I got a lot of stuff going on back here. I'm not sleeping in here right now, so I'll get around to it. I'll get around to it when I can get around to it. You know, it's a process. But yeah, so what was I saying? Oh yeah, the nurse. So I'm supposed to have a nurse to come out like 2 days out of the week or whatever, and up until I think she said I have my doctor's appointment, which is the 20th. So yeah, and then we'll see what happens then. Hopefully, like I said, it'll be a one-shot deal. They'll take out both of the tubes, and then we'll see what happens from there. I still, like, some days I feel depressed, you know. I'm like, I just can't, like, even, I can't even find the words right now, but I just don't understand why things turned out like this. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. I don't understand why things turned out this way, you know. And like I said, I've been dodging doing the surgery for so long, and then to basically muscle up enough strength to be like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do it, because now it's getting to a situation where it's affecting me badly, only for things to turn out the way I kind of anticipated. You know, I kind of anticipated the worst, and the worst happened, you know. And sometimes I think, like, well, hadn't I anticipated the worst, maybe, you know, things would have turned out all right. But I don't know. I mean, I was anticipating the worst to the point where I was even telling my family members, you know, making arrangements for me, just in case. That's just how bad I was anticipating the worst. And it almost had gotten to that point, you know, especially when it came down to my kidneys and the fluid and that whole 9 yards, and them having to put a dialysis tube, and I had to do the dialysis, that was a process, you know. But I still, even with me talking about it, I still can't believe that things had gotten to that point, you know, that I'm at this point, instead of looking forward to I guess going back to work, even though I hate my job. But anyway, that's another video. That's another video. But healing, and I mean, I am healing, but slowly, very slowly, you know. And like I said, maybe I'm just rushing it. It's only been what, like 3 weeks, 4, I guess. Is this 4 weeks? I lose track of time sometimes, but you know, it hasn't been that long, so I guess maybe I should just try to be a little more patient, you know, with myself in the process. It's just hard, you know. So with the drainage bags, I don't know if I mentioned that I'm supposed to be measuring the fluid when I go to the bathroom and stuff like that. I don't have to empty them every time, but there's certain times of the day, like in the morning when I get up, I'll drain them and stuff, and I'm supposed to be, you know, writing down and all that stuff. And then like afternoon, and then towards evening, bedtime or whatever. And so that's a whole process. And then these tubes, oh my God, these tubes. I swear it is just like I have to be very, very gentle with myself. So it's just like I'm in the bathroom and I'm like, you know, all gentle this every day. Every day, however many times a day I have to go back and forth to the bathroom or whatever to urinate. But I have to be very gentle because, again, like I said, I have a tube in my stomach and I have one for my back. So sometimes you know, depending on how it's fixed, sometimes I'll tug at it and stuff. So it just really like, you know, yeah. That's how I feel. So like, it feels funny, and it freaks me out because I'm like, oh my God, if I pull it out, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know what I'm gonna do. So that stresses me out. That really, 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 really stresses me out. You know, like I said, I try to be very, very careful on how I, you know, when I go to the bathroom and stuff and pulling down, you know, my clothes and stuff like that to go without tugging. So I have to, you know, slack up the cord and all this stuff so that it doesn't tug and whatever shit. I mean, they give me enough slack with the tubes, but Jesus Christ. I literally feel like Frankenstein here. Like, seriously, I feel like Frankenstein. But I guess things could be worse, you know. I talked to one nurse when I went to urgent care, and she told me that her sister had just had a hysterectomy. When did she say she had her? What is today? Today is the 30th, right? I swear she said the 28th. Which, yeah, I could have sworn she said the 28th. No, no, it had to been a week before that, because she said she had her sister had her hysterectomy, and then she's like, she couldn't go poop. She had a blockage. So I was like, oh my God, what the fuck are they doing to us? It's like, it's something. It's always something, it seems like, you know. So I guess they had to do something for her blockage. Maybe she had to have a surgery. I don't know. But I was just like, oh my God. So I'm just glad that mine didn't get that bad, even though I was concerned because it had been well over a week and I hadn't pooped or whatever shit. So I was just like, OMG. What in, you know, I was worried, but you know, it finally happened on its own. And because like I said, I stopped taking those stool softeners. I didn't take that other crap that they gave me to make me go or whatever shit. Because after that girl gave me that shit in a cup, it had my stomach on fire, which was probably actually just a reaction to, or maybe, you know, from the fluids that was leaking into my stomach. I don't know. But you know, I don't fool with it. I just don't fool with that stuff. So it finally, you know, happened on its own, thank goodness. But yeah. So I'm doing okay other than this cold or whatever the hell this is. Um, you know, it's just the wheezing in my chest and stuff like that. And it sometimes get uncomfortable, and then the coughing, of course. But other than that, I feel like I'm getting a little stronger. Just that back thing, you know. I'm hoping that, you know, in the coming weeks it'll get better, you know. Or maybe it's not going to get better until I get the tubes out. Who knows? Who knows? But yeah. But I do want to tell you guys that when I did go to urgent care, there was a lot of people. Literally, it was a drive-through, a drive-through testing line for COVID, and literally the line went around the block, for testing for COVID. So people are really, really, really scared about COVID. You know, people are, you know, even though I guess we looking at it, things are not as bad as it was in the very beginning, but we're still dealing with different strands of the stuff, and I just feel like we've kind of gotten a little careless. We're not as I guess precautious as we was in the beginning, you know. So there's the wheezing again. So, you know, with the holidays, one down, one more to go, you know, I honestly don't recommend any large gatherings. This is really stressing me out because I've been reading just a lot of crazy stuff or whatever, and I just don't want to see things go back to the way it was from the very beginning, you know. So I'm expecting, you know, for tomorrow, New Year's Eve, people to not even think about the dangers of these COVID and the other variants and stuff like that. And just because, you know, you're vaccinated doesn't exempt you from getting COVID, you know. And I want to express my opinion, but not to a point where it's going to be offensive. But I am going to express my opinion because this is my channel. I don't like the fact that people think just because they're vaccinated that makes you immune to getting it, COVID. And with COVID, because I had it myself, my son had it, my daughter-in-law had it, it really depends on the person, on how it affects you. You know, the vaccine, I'm sure it's the same thing, you know. You know, it depends on the person, on how it affects you. People think that, okay, well, if I get the vaccine, it's not going to be as bad if I get it. That's some. Others seem to think that if I get vaccinated, I can't get it. No, that's not the case. That's not the case at all. I've been reading in the news that people have taken vacations on cruise ships. There are huge cases on cruise ships. They're recommending that people do not take cruises right now. It's just really, really crazy. And then I read over a week ago that they said that this new variant was going to be really, really bad in January. Well, what is tomorrow? New Year's Eve. What are people going to be doing? Gathering for a party to ring in the new fucking year. And excuse my language, but this is what they're banking on. This is how they know that COVID is going to be super fucking bad for January. You know, it's already bad now. The hospitals are crowded with COVID patients right now. So just imagine what it's going to be like after tomorrow and the next day. It's going to be just like that. Once, people gather and, you have 1, 2, 3, 4 positive people, close contact, the touching and the no hand washing and the no distancing and all this stuff is just going to be bad. It's going to be very bad. It's like I said, it's stressing me out just thinking about this is what's going to happen. And then we're probably going to get shut down all over again because it's getting out of control. But I'm making this a whole nother video, aren't I? It's just something that kind of concerns me is, and right now, like I said, since I'm sick, it makes me even wonder, because they gave me a chest x-ray to check to see if I had pneumonia, because I was even thinking maybe I had pneumonia. When you have surgery, your immune system is weak and you're very vulnerable to, catching shit, because your immune system is weak. So I was concerned that, okay, maybe I have a pneumonia. They gave me a chest x-ray. No, you don't have pneumonia. Oh, okay, well, what the fuck? They like I said, they did a COVID test. And the girl, let me tell you about this COVID test. This girl, this nurse, or this bitch, I swear, she told me, she's like, okay, we're going to do a COVID test. So I'm like, this shit already, it gives me anxiety anyway, because I don't like how they stick. Some of them be like, I be wanting to punch them, like for real. I'm not even going to sit here. I be wanting to give them a right hook. Because you don't need to fucking swab up. You don't need to take no samples of nobody's damn brain cells to see if they got COVID. Straight up. So, she already said, she told me, she's like, swab one nostril and it's going to be deep. So I'm like, I'm like tensing up. I'm already, because she done said, this going to be deep. I'm already tensing up. My anxiety is kicking in. So she leaves and then she comes back with the test, and then I'm already like, so then she goes, she's like, okay, are you ready? So she goes, and then she's like, so I'm like, she's like, okay, relax, because she's like, it's gonna be harder, if you clenching up and stuff like that. So I'm like, okay, I'm trying to relax. All right. So I'm like, okay, all right, I'm like, go. So I'm like, I'm still like kind of clenching up my nasal passage a little bit or whatever. This motherfucking bitch dug up in my fucking nostrils so goddamn deep that it made my fucking nose bleed. I was heated. I'm not even gonna sit here and lie. I was fucking heated because I'm like, I've had many COVID tests, but this is the first time that somebody fucking swabbed my shit so fucking bad and made my goddamn nose bleed. So I was just like, oh, you motherfucking bitch. Woosah, because I'm getting heated just talking about it. So it makes me think, like, because some of them fucking nurses, I think they honestly, oh God, I really think that they be just doing shit. They like to fuck with people with this COVID test sometimes. I really do, because it's not necessary to fucking dig all you all up in here. You know what I'm saying? Why do you need to swab that deep? Would you only need like some mucus, whatever? You know what I'm saying? You don't need to fucking you don't need to go that goddamn deep. And then you digging up whew, okay. Woosah. Let's move on. So that's what happened with that. And that was horrible. So I'm just like, again, like I said earlier, I just cannot catch a break. I can't catch a break. So sickness, that, the stress of tomorrow, even though I'm not going anywhere, I will have my ass inside in the bed, most likely, because of my back. So I won't be around here, like, you know, and not having no people over. No ma'am, no ham. That nobody will be here. And I'll just be watching TV. But I wanted to come in and blog with you guys and stuff before tomorrow. You know, my little vent about the COVID thing. I just want, you know, you guys to be safe and think about the next day. Think about the next day. Think about your families. Think about yourself. You know, you don't want to be in a hospital and wondering if you're going to make it or not. It's a scary thing. I know it was a scary thing for me to, I knew. I told my ex, it's like, I'm dying. I'm dying. When I had the fluid leaking in my stomach, my kidneys are shutting down. I mean, I knew that's what the doctor, he was basically telling me, and I didn't even want to utter it. It's a horrible feeling, you know, to think that this might be the end for you, you know. So you have a choice. You have control. It's not necessary to go out and celebrate with 1,000 people to ring in the new year. You know, let's just be thankful that we're still here, because this shit's been going on since 2019. You know, a lot of people have lost family members and stuff, and I know people have lost folks, and it's just not necessary to be out in a large group of people to celebrate. You know, we don't live in that time anymore where we could be close to people and strangers and stuff like that. If it's family members and you know that they're being safe and stuff, that's perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine, you know. But to be in a group of complete strangers, you don't know if they're being safe or who they've been around and stuff like that, it's not worth you not being able to see your family, because you're going to get in a group of people. Most likely they're going to be positive. There's going to be people there that's positive. A lot of times people don't know. Because when I had COVID, I didn't fucking know I had COVID. I didn't fucking know I had it. Okay? And then I can explain to you why I didn't know I had it and shit, you know? Because honestly, I didn't know until the tail end where it started kind of tapering off. That's when I figured it out, you know? But, and it works like that too. You know, people may have it and not even know they have it. And they're around other people and they're spreading it. You know what I mean? But now that I've had it, so I kind of know, you know, what to look for, is if, heaven forbid, if I got it again, you know. But now they're coming out with all these variants and shit. It's just kind of hard. It's just like, you know. That's just like now, you know, I feel like maybe right now I have a light strain of it, you know. Because a cold, like, I mean, come on now, like, what the fuck? And my asthma and stuff, my asthma has never fucking acted up this bad. I'm like wheezing and shit constantly, even when I do my treatments and shit. I'm wheezing now, but it's not so bad where I need to, I'm short of breath. You can hear it, right? And this has been, this shit has been with me for almost a week now, you know? So, and I was feeling really bad. But I think the steroids that I've been taking, and like I said, when I went to urgent care, they gave me the shot and stuff, the injection. So with the injection, I'm taking the pills and stuff. Um, I don't have no choice but to have a certain amount of energy, a level of energy right now. So, um, yeah, so, but just imagine if I didn't, because I was, like I said, I was feeling real bad. I felt bad enough to go to urgent care. You know what I mean? So that gives you an idea. But like I said, it's not that important. It's not that serious to go out and celebrate with strangers just to ring in the New Year's. If you have kids, think about your kids. You don't want to go out and party and come home and then bring that shit home to your family. And it may not, like I said, affect you, but get somebody else down. I mean, down. You know what I mean? You don't want to live with that. You know what I mean? You don't want that on your conscience, that you gave somebody else COVID and it affected them in the worst way, and now they're not here anymore. You know, because you wanted to go out and celebrate New Year's, celebrate at home. You know, celebrate at home, watch TV or something, and have a drink, and Happy New Year. And I'm glad to be able to be here to see another year, and we're still dealing with COVID. You know what I mean? Gosh, this video is getting really long, but I just wanted to come in, and I told you guys I was going to come in and vlog and update you guys on how I feel and how I've been feeling, how I'm progressing, thoughts and stuff. That I'm probably adding that into my vlogs now and stuff. But I just wanted to share that because that was just something that's been really, concerning me. And we don't want to lose any more people. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Family is very important to me. And I would hate for a person to go out and party and to lose their life because they wanted to go out and celebrate a new year and not be able to live out the rest of that year, all because of one night. Just be considerate of yourself and your family and close friends. I guess that's all I want to say. Maybe I'll come in tomorrow or Saturday. I really don't have a schedule or a time frame of when I come into these vlogs, just when I do. But I wanted to definitely do one tonight to send out this message of concern for the New Year's and stuff like that, or whatever. So with that being said, I'm going to head and I'm going to end this because I know y'all probably like, man, come on now, you do. Okay, so I'm going to say Happy New Year. Please, please, please be very careful out there. If you do go out, make sure to wear your mask. Make sure to have your hand sanitizer with you. Make sure you get to the bathroom every now and then to wash your hands and stuff, and don't touch your face and all that good stuff. And if you drink, if you're going to be drinking, please know your limit. Know your limit, as well as know the person who's going to be giving you drinks. That's another concern. And yeah, I think that's all I have. So Happy New Year's. Please be safe. Thank you for watching the video. Please subscribe to keep up with my updates, and hit the bell, the notification bell, all that good stuff, or whatever. Maybe I'll set up so y'all can watch me do my room or something. I don't know. I'm just going with the flow here. So Happy New Year's. Thank you for watching my video. Please subscribe. And yeah, see you in 2022. All right. Bye for now.